There is one issue that bedevils all the airlines in Europe at the moment. It is, of course, Brexit, and how the change of the UK leaving the European Union will affect the various airlines. For instance, flying to and from the United Kingdom, or third countries like the United States and the bilateral treaties. And then there's the ownership question. The British airlines that have majority European ownership, how will they fare after Brexit? I spoke to Willie Walsh, the CEO of IAG, owners of British Airways, Iberia, Aer Lingus, Vueling, Level. Well and truly up to his eyes in Brexit.
The UK says they're very confident and the US says they're very confident. So you've got two countries, two governments who are, I believe, aligned in wanting to see an open skies agreement between the UK and the US, which is in the interests of consumers and is in the interests of airlines based in the UK and the US.
But will you have to modify in some shape or form the ownership structure so that BA becomes a predominantly British-owned airline?
BA is already, the structure we have in place, which we put in place at the time of the merger, demonstrates that. And we have to comply with requirements outside of the EU and the US that have been covered by this comprehensive agreement in other countries where they don't recognise the concept of European ownership. So I'm confident that we can comply with the requirements or any future requirement. And quite honestly, I thought it was interesting when you hear members of the Commission and members of the support team talking about the need to review some of these issues, because they need to check, are they still fit for purpose? I don't believe, and you've heard me talk about this for a long time, ownership and control is a requirement of an efficient industry. It's there because of historical reasons. It doesn't have a place today.
A4E is new. The agenda is pretty clear. Those areas that the airlines can all agree on as being the common issues necessary for putting the point of view to the Commission and regulators. But is any progress actually being made?
Yeah, I believe progress is being made. And you make an important point. We're 2 years old. We came together because we believed our industry's voice was fragmented and therefore wasn't being heard. And we needed to speak with one voice on key issues where we could all agree. Now, I think that's a huge achievement. And I give credit to, it was actually Michael O'Leary and Carsten Spohr of Lufthansa who came together with this idea. So we have seen that where we speak with one voice and are focused on key issues, we are making progress.
And yet you are obviously very fierce competitors at the same time, competing on issues where often you're also having to lobby, such as, my airport's better than yours, I've got better runways capacity than you have, I don't have a curfew, but you do.
No, we hate one another. But what we're saying is, you know, my airport is more expensive than yours. I want your cheaper cost airport charges. So, you know, we realise that as an industry, we've got to work against the airports lobby. I don't mind airports making money. You know, in fact, I would encourage them to be profitable. What I do mind is that they act as monopoly providers. They don't have a genuine focus on customer service, and they take advantage of the fact that we're a fragmented industry. So what we were trying to do was balance that. They've had a very powerful voice in Brussels. The ACI has been very effective in arguing the case for airports. We needed to balance that, and therefore, you know, coming together to argue a common cause is important.